In the year 2077, after millennia of armed conflict, the destructive nature of man could sustain itself no longer. The world was plunged into an abyss of nuclear fire and radiation. But it was not, as some had predicted, the end of the world. Instead, the apocalypse was simply the prologue to another bloody chapter of human history.
Coming at you from the wasteland, where raiders attack and rip off your face, man. Paradise falls, the end of the line. It really did fall, at least in my mind. DC's overrun with super mutants who have habits of kidnapping humans, dragging them back to Vault 87. But God only knows, but it is in heaven. And immorality is destroyed, like the broken bridges scattered about the barren void. The specter of death is constant. Lopez of the Ribbon actually wants it. A man only has himself and a rifle in order to ensure his own survival. I wonder what the rest of the world's like. Fuck that thought, I need to make it through the night. Makeshift towns, people on the brink of losing it all, not knowing what to think. The water's tainted, I barely drink. When desperate I sip from toilets and sinks. We need to restore the former glory of America, but it seems my story goes unheard whenever I call out. All I get is silence amidst the fallout. Stay away from the Dunwich building unless you want pharaoh duels for killing. How did raiders capture a behemoth and put it in the cage? I'd like to have seen it. Gotta beware of why. Needless to say, I hate sneak attacks outside, more so inside, especially underground, where I have to strain to hear other sounds. Half the dome of the Capitol's gone, and the White House is completely bombed. Everywhere I go, Nuka-Cola Quantum gets picked up and sold for caps, I don't want them. I've seen kids living inside a cave who were kicked out on their 16th birthday. Many die, but very few live, feeling useless without something to give. Makeshift towns, people on the brink of losing it all, not knowing what to think. The water's tainted, I barely drink. When desperate I sip from toilets and sinks. We need to restore the former glory of America, but it seems my story goes unheard whenever I call out. All I get is silence amidst the fallout.
So ends the story of the lone wanderer, who stepped through the great door of Vault 101 and into the annals of legend. But the tale of humanity will never come to a close, for the struggle of survival is a war without end. And war never changes.